Hello and welcome. I'm excited for Star Citizen's 4.0 patch, which introduces the new Pyro system, complete with new planets and moons, which is what we're focusing on here today. So stick around as we dive into the details. Pyro is a massive lawless system packed with adventures as well as terrifying solar flares. Pyro will also have ample space for the introduction of the capital ships we've all been waiting for. It's a dangerous and mostly anarchic system characterized by an unstable star. Originally claimed in 2493 by Pyrotechnic Amalgamated for its lucrative mining sites, intense solar flares caused the company to abandon the system in 2563 after extracting most precious metals from its planets. So when is Pyro's release date? Well, it is set to release before the end of 2024, but from past experience and looking at the state of the current PTU, I hope they take some more time to polish it to avoid another 3.18 disaster. They have been pushing out patches non-stop, so chances are we'll see it towards the end of 2024 or beginning 2025. I think the playtests so far have revealed more than what CRG realized with regards to what a true lawless system would mean to the PU. On top of the regular updates and fixes needed, they have to now look into possibly rethinking how to handle a lawless system, lest Pyro be known as the GTA Online of the PU. Pyro is just the beginning. If the server meshing works as well as we'd expect it to be, they'll start releasing more already finished systems quite soon. 2025 is going to be wild. So let's dive into Pyro and its planets. Pyro I, a scorched blackened rock perpetually bombarded by the system's violent solar flares. It's also slowly succumbing to the star's gravitational pull. The planet's surface temperature hovers around 300 degrees Celsius, and its toxic atmosphere renders it uninhabitable. Navigation near Pyro I is treacherous, requiring the highest quality shields to withstand the constant radiation. Furthermore, the lack of significant mineral deposits makes landings on this desolate world pointless. Monox, a coreless planet destined to eventually fall into its star, was once a focal point during the system's initial exploration. The planet's seemingly abundant deposits of cadmium, titanium, and gravity-forged gemstones sparked a minor metal rush, attracting human trade ships that swiftly depleted these resources. Within 5 years, Monox was effectively rendered a barren husk. Recently, the Valakar sandworm species was discovered on this desolate world. Bloom, an icy world with a breathable atmosphere. It served as a haven for outlaws and a hub for mining operations during Pyrotechnic Amalgamated's control of the system. Abandoned staging sites, employee barracks, and processing centers now stand as remnants of that era. Squatters, outlaws, and former miners who lacked the means to return to the UEE claimed these settlements after corporate operations ceased. Jax McCleary's broadcasts during the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo 2952 showcased Bloom's frozen biomes and expanses of liquid saltwater in more temperate zones. Pyro IV, a rocky protoplanet resembling Mercury, is actually the outermost natural satellite of the gas giant Pyro V. Astronomers believe that Pyro IV was once the fourth planet from the system's star, but a collision with a large celestial body knocked it into its current orbit around Pyro. This impact stripped away Pyro IV's atmosphere and significantly altered its landscape. While a new atmosphere has formed, it remains toxic and unsuitable for habitation. Furthermore, Pyro IV is on a collision course with Pyro V, destined to either crash into the gas giant or be torn apart and become a ring system. Pyro V, a massive yellow and green gas giant. Despite its size, it's considered a low-yield refueling point due to the poor hydrogen mix in its upper atmosphere. Let's look at its moons. Ignis. The innermost moon is covered in deep canyons and dried riverbeds with a frigid climate and highly toxic sulfur dioxide atmosphere. However, small amounts of oxygen can be found to replenish air reserves. Vatra. This moon boasts a thick, high-pressure nitrogen-methane atmosphere that conceals a dark and eerie landscape. Plants here subsist on hydrocarbons rather than carbon dioxide. Adir. Adir's crater-ridden surface is interspersed with rocky hills and jagged mountains. But this makes for a very beautiful landscape under the right conditions. Fairo. Frequent earthquakes rock Fairo, causing spectacular waves in its brackish seas. This moon hosts a unique ecosystem both on its surface and under the sea. Fuego. High amounts of iron sulfide in Fuego soil turn it into a living shade of yellow-black. In the early 2600s, the notorious smuggler group known as the Headhunters used Fuego as a stash point for goods. Vuur. The carbon-rich soil and warmer atmosphere of Vuur support unique plant life that uses crystalline carbon in its base structures. This plant life was once a popular subject of research among botanists until outlaws took over the system. Terminus, the outermost planet in the Pyro system, is a desolate protoplanet notable for being orbited by a ruined station, a former Gold Horizon platform. Originally built by Pyrotechnic Amalgamated as a central hub for their operations, the station was abandoned shortly after due to the system's lack of profitability. Since then, it has become a haven for outlaws, leading to frequent and deadly battles between rival factions. This makes Terminus extremely dangerous for both civilians and outlaws alike. Like most planets in the Pyro system, Terminus' surface is barren and desolate, constantly bombarded by Pyro's solar flares. Due to its distance from the star, a massive 68.3 gigameters, the surface is extremely cold, with daytime temperatures dipping below minus 120 degrees Celsius. Storms can further exacerbate the temperature. The atmosphere is laced with methane, making it unbreathable without proper equipment. If you enjoyed this video, please like and consider subscribing, it would mean the world to me. All the best and see you next time.